Hey everyone, Pupsker here, and my god, they did it. At lightning fast speeds, they did it. After all the chaos and yelling, and there will still be chaos and yelling, the anarchy, chaos, and just pure craziness will never stop in regards to games. So, it's official. Dante has been buffed now. Again, they have been buffed. Let's take a look what's going on with the Dante Unbound hotfix 35.5.4. Dante changes and fixes. Tragedy, line of sight, changes and fixes. As a result of yesterday's hotfixes and the understandable feedback we are receiving, we wanted to address the clearly broken state of Dante's Tragedy LOS checks. It was not implemented to our standard, and that is on us. We know that has been an unpopular change which was greatly aggravated by the fact that A, it launched in a defective state, and B, that LOS checks in general suffer from broad inconsistencies. Our first step is improving how LOS checks work with Tragedy to fix the inconsistencies and ineffectiveness. We'll use our learnings from this incident to review other cases of LOS check issues for a future update. Cool, LOS is getting fixed on some other stuff later on. Sweet. Improved Tragedy's LOS line of sight checks per enemy to be much more forgiving and reliable to fix the many cases of players reporting of not being able to hit enemies at all. Now it considers not only the enemies that Dante sees, but also those visible on a screen via the camera. So any part of them, big or small, is considered visible, eligible to pass the LOS check. To break that down in a bit deeper, enemies positioned directly behind or in front of Dante, we have made it so that enemies within 5 meters of Dante automatically considered visible, no LOS checks required. Enemies barely in cover or who had just run to cover, and then enemies positioned at a different height to Dante that were still partially in view. Enemies that are not caught by the is the enemy on screen check, behind or the side of you, use an improved target detection, where now we check for line of sight to the target's head, torso, and feet. Previously, they only checked torso. Okay, this will improve the reliability of hitting enemies even when they're not directly on screen. Fix Tragedy not hitting / affecting ragdolled enemies that are in line of sight. So that one's just wild that was a thing, so that sucked, but it's fixed. Yeah. It also applied to many scenarios in which Tragedy did not hit enemies because, like, ragdoll. Warframe's so ragdoll-y, right? If you slam attack, Warframes are gonna ragdoll, so yeah. So that was, like, the big issue, so I'm glad they fixed that. Like, all in all, that stuff, good. I know, like, a lot of people, I would have been fine with the 2 general checks of just fixing up LOS more. I'm okay with that. Or if they made it reduced range on his 4th Tragedy ability, but it went through walls, because that shit's like 30 meters by default, 0 range mod, so if they reduced the range on it and made it ignore line of sight checks, that would have been fine, but I don't think they want to do that because they want to have it so people aren't nuking everything just so easily, no effort, running across the map and just killing everything that they're going past. So I get it. Still LOS. So line of sight should be a lot better now, hopefully. We'll see. And then light versus and Triumph Overguard increases. TLDR, they thought they did it a little low, so they bumped it up. I mean, I'm fine with that. I think Overguard is a general thing. Like, this shit gets knocked off instantly half the time anyways, if you're doing, like, Steel Path. So, I mean, this is probably nice for some people, so cool, awesome, nice. If you wanted Overguard increase on that, cool. My main thing that I think is really OP about the Overguard is the fact that, you know, you get infinite Overguard gating because you have Overguard regen, so... But hey, just in general, the Overguard on Dante is nice. He doesn't even need technically Overguard, but he is really good, so good job. His Overguard is great defenses for him. And you're gonna have a lot of people still complaining because people want Overguard not to work on enemies or teammates. So at this point, people are complaining about Overguard because they want Overguard not to be what it is. They just want Overguard not to exist because it affects people getting hit with their health, and then it affects some certain other abilities. And at this point, Warframe is way too big of a game, and it's just shit interacts all the time and breaks other stuff. So either use a different build, or maybe Warframe will one day make a workaround if they want to, or maybe one day they'll add in a toggle, but I kind of doubt it. Pretty sure the workaround for that is just, hey, don't get Dante on your team and go do a actual setup if you're trying to do something specific, because if you're doing public play, you're going to get public lobbies, and you probably should just deal with playing public lobbies because that's how public games work. So if you're going to complain about Dante's on your team defending you and making you not die, you should probably get your own team set up or do it solo, because, yeah, that's kind of how teams are going to work in the game. Teams are going to buff each other. Things are going to interact. Sometimes it'll be great, and sometimes it'll be, in very niche scenarios, bad. That's probably one of those things you're just going to have to deal with and suck it up, because guess what? There's 50 plus Warframes, 90 or so almost if you consider primes, and everything interacts one way or another. Weirdly, right? It's like people complaining about electricity, people complaining about limbo just being limbo, right? People complaining about knockdown. You'll always find something to complain about, but overall, update's good. Probably still a lot of people gonna complain. Yeah, see, like, people will complain about everything because they want everything to be, OP, but it's not really a big issue. People will complain or people won't complain, and then everything will be good or bad, and yeah, people will be fighting in the comments still. No matter what, it'll be chaos. So, I mean, like, I think it's good overall. I'm fine with Dante still. Shit's still OP. Oh my god, Megan, please, I'm begging you. Nowhere on your site or in-game does it say getting a refund on a frame would not also refund the shards. I just want my shards back. Oh my god, that's so funny. Unfortunate. Sorry, that's just funny and unfortunate, really, but RIP. You can probably just make a ticket with support and get your stuff back, so hopefully, I guess they do that. Just an unfortunate, but not mad, just disappointed. Yeah, see, like, people are, no matter what, gonna complain, so we'll see if Warframe ends up updating again after people complain enough about something, right? Like, people complain about the Najah. So if Warframe ever nerfs things, people will definitely complain a lot. Maybe they'll up Najahs back to like a 25% increase, so it's, or maybe make it so it's only a 25% decrease overall, not a 50. Maybe they'll do other things, etc., etc. Yeah, I guess we'll see, but there you go. There is your Dante fix. If we quickly want to take a look to see, we can go to a just a quick relay. I'm not gonna run a mission. We'll just go to a quick relay, right? We'll see if we can actually get kinda LOS screwed or not off the simple simulacrum, and if so, maybe it'll be more annoying, but hey. Right now, he's still really good. Just go try and nuke people in a more open map. Maybe don't hide in between tiles trying to nuke everything through walls. It makes sense that things can't get easily nuked through walls, okay? That's probably one of the funnier complaints I see. People being like, I can't nuke people through walls who are 70 meters away. What? Warframe dead. Okay. Fucking okay. Let's throw up some butchers. Oh, no, let's clear it first. Warframe dead game. I can't nuke enemies 70 meters away from me through the wall. Warframe dead game. Oh well. Oh well. So, right, we do these. That still hits everything. Let's see how the hits go here. Right, so like, it's more generous. Before, that wouldn't have hit. Right, yeah, so now it looks like it follows the same LOS as the 4 does pretty much. Or 3 and 4 is pretty much the same. It works a lot better than before. It was much, actually, like, worse before. So that's nice. Right, we do that. How's it going now? Oh. Right, much better already. Already much better, okay. Yeah, okay, the LOS is already, like, way better. We tested it yesterday, because I needed to see how janky it was, and it was bad, so, like, this is a good update. I'm all for this. This is what I was hoping they'd do, so, good shit, DE. Because guess what, now? Oh, I can actually hit enemies that I can see? Right? Yeah, you still gotta remember to keep them within FOV with your third ability. Your fourth, I believe, yep, still hits 360 degrees. Remember, people thought line of sight meant like a cone in front of you. Line of sight means your Warframe's 360 degree line of sight matches with the enemies, right? So you were able to still use your fourth ability, right? And they can be directly behind you. That is way more than 5 meters. Remember, I saw a lot of people being like, now I won't be able to hit enemies behind you. That's not line of sight. Line of sight is not the eyeballs of a Warframe more so, not like the vision sight. It is the 360 ability to be looked at, and your Warframe, if there was a 360 degree camera, could like see enemies. That's what general line of sight is in Warframe, okay? If not, they usually give you a cone or a degree, or they clarify. But yeah, line of sight for Dante, remember, line of sight generally in this case is a 360 degree. So you can still hit enemies behind you. That's not really a big issue. I just know some people are talking about that, and you know, that's not a problem, chat. Remember, not a problem, right? You hit them like this. This one hits a cone in front of you. This one doesn't hit behind, right? But this one is a 360 degree cone, and you'll still hit people behind you, so you are good to go there. I had to clarify that because I saw an insanely high amount of comments saying you can't hit enemies behind Dante bad, and people just didn't know, right? So there you go. You can do that, no problem. You're good. It's just they have to be able to be visible to your Warframe in kind of like 360 degrees around you. It's a little nicer now, it's a little more generous, and it pretty much is the same as your Dark Verse, so we're good. We're good. Whispers in the Wall is eye-themed, now we get a line of sight change. Chat, how did you not see this coming? You know what? True. So then you do that, you kill them all, and they have naps. So, yep, Dante's still good. Dante's still really strong. His overguard, oh no, it only gave me 13,537. I can take that hit, chat. Like, I can take a 13,000 overguard. I think I can take that. My buffs are still 62 or 63 seconds long. Yep, Dante, still nice, still pretty cool. Right, let your little buddies hit them. Like, look at that. He's still a nice frame. I still like him. I mean, it would be cool if he didn't have line of sight, but it makes more sense for them to line of sight him. And now that they fixed it, it's way better. So good job. Good shit, DE. Don't be too crazy, because dear God, so many comments are people just going insane. It's just a video game. It's just a small nerf. Take your time. Don't go crazy. So yeah, cheers.